So you're getting your YouTube channel set up, and you have to have a certain amount of equipment when you're doing it. And when you first start off, you can go pretty cheap. When I first started, I used an iPhone. I had a couple of little devices. I had a little dongle that gave me a wireless microphone. So you plug that in the side of the iPhone, and then the microphone goes on me. It was a really good way to get, my first 9 months of videos going. Now, the bad thing about the iPhone is sometimes it can be a little troublesome. Like the little dongle thing that's on the side for your microphone, it can move or not work right, and then halfway through recording, you have no sound recording, or it switches to the iPhone's sound, and your sound completely out of whack. Now, you may have shot 20 minutes of video, and 10 minutes in the video, your sound went out of whack. You didn't even know it. You go into edit, and all of a sudden you see halfway through, your sound's dead, and it just ruined the entire shot. So you can spend, an hour of editing time and your filming time, and it's all wasted. So that's one of the issues with the iPhone. Another issue is sometimes the storage space gives a kind of a wonky issue. If I'm recording a longer video and I was getting near the 20-minute mark, it for some reason quits recording for some weird reason. I don't know why. But because it quit recording, now I didn't even know it quit recording, and I'm still talking and jabbering around, and it's not even recording anything. So I go into edit, and my video just cut off. And again, it's wasting a lot of production time. So, like I said, the first 9 months is just fine to get along with, just an iPhone or an Android. But after that, the frustrations kind of take control of, how you're doing your video editing, and you just want to get a nice camera. So the camera I would suggest getting is the Sony ZV-1F. This camera is reasonably priced. A lot of times they run on sale for $390, and you can even buy them used on eBay. So I bought mine used, and it was just fine. I like this camera because it does high quality 4K shots. It's a large sensor, and you need a large sensor for when you're shooting in darker areas, and it still gives you a nice high quality picture. And like I said, it shoots in 4K, which is really, really great. It does a nice selfie angle, so when you're holding a selfie stick out, it gives you a nice selfie picture, a wide shot on you. And the only issue is it's a fixed lens, and I don't think that's an issue for doing vlogging type work, because a fixed lens, it just means I gotta move my camera up to the zone I need it to and then hit record. So the fixed lens doesn't bother me any. Now, the reason why you need a 4K camera is because you may need to reframe your shot. So, for example, if you're shooting this shot, a full shot, and sometimes you overshoot a little bit, that way you can go into edit and edit it later down into a smaller shot. That's what I do a lot of times. I overshoot a little bit, then I can edit it down into the shot I want to have. Another thing that's really nice is the 4K camera, you can zoom into things, and when you're zooming in, you're not losing a lot of quality of your picture. So when you have 4K, you're zooming into a 1080p type picture. For example, I can zoom into this box right here right now, and all of this is through the editing software. I can zoom in and show you something, and then I can zoom back out and I can be talking again. So the 4K gives you a great option for this to do these types of zooms and editing type tools on the post-production level. So that's why I say the Sony ZV-1F, and I don't get paid by Sony for any of this, but I just like their camera. It's a great quality camera, and for what you're getting out of it, it gives you a lot of good stuff. Now, equipment. Whenever you're doing a YouTube video, you need something to hold all that equipment in. And I found this one. I think it was on Amazon, but it was like $30. And it's a good case. And the reason why you need a nice case to seal everything up is this is camera equipment, and you don't want dust to start getting on your lenses, and you just want to keep dust away from all this stuff, because dust is your enemy on your equipment. So something like this keeps it all sealed up and away, and it keeps the dust away from it. And like I said, this was like $30, so really nice little box for it. And when you open it, you can see in here it's got a little padding and some padding here, and these things you just rip the pieces out to what equipment you want to put in it. So I just ripped out this piece, ripped out all the foam on here, and it just kind of pops out. and then you can have your foam zones. So when I bought it, it was just one big foam pad, and like I said, you just kind of pull out the pieces you need. This zone right here, I keep my Sony camera in, so I just fold it down and I put the microphone here. Oh, and get a good microphone too. I know the Sony has a decent microphone, but they sell microphones for about 40 bucks and they're good qualities. So the one I use is a Rode microphone, and this Rode microphone isn't the high-end one. This is a lower-end one, but the quality is actually really, really good. So that's why I suggest this microphone. Again, I don't want you spending a ton of money to get equipment. I want you to, because you know, we're all broke, and this is a good way to get into the vlogging and the YouTube channels without spending a ton of equipment. So the equipment I have is one, this is really nice because it has so many purposes. It's a short vlogging stick. It's a stick you can also stand up and you put your camera on there, so you can do that with it. And you can put a GoPro type device. I use the Akaso, and you can put it on there. You can do selfies or shooting shots, or like I said, it has a little stand. So it just does a lot of uses, and it's small. You know, it has an adjustable head on the top, so it just has a lot of uses, and it's really small. The other thing is, get yourself a couple of these little GoPro type cameras. So these cameras are the Akaso V50X, and I love these cameras because they cost like 80 bucks when you get a good coupon on them. They have a ton of attachments. It comes with tons and tons of attachments. And like I said, it's a 4K action camera, very cheap. It snaps into these little devices. And like I said, it's got a good steady shot on it. Good little camera for 80 bucks, really cheap. And you know, my channel is all about doing this stuff cheap, but high quality. And again, it comes with this little attachment, has a little sealed box. For my channel, I do some off-roading, and I drilled little hole in the side, so it's not waterproof anymore, but that way I can plug a charger cable in it and keep it running the entire time I'm off-roading. So that's what I did on this one. But like I said, you can see the case opens up and you got your V50X camera in here. And like I said, Akaso is the brand. I have two of those because I do off-roading and I need two different shots. And I also have, I'll save this for last because this is awesome. This is really, really good. So you can see all the attachments I have in here. Get yourself a couple extra batteries, and that way when you're out there shooting, you can have your extra batteries when yours dies. I also have one of these. This is neat because you can put it on your tripod, and you can put your camera on top or your GoPro on top, and it has a charging spot here. That way you can recharge your device or run your device in line. So I can put this on the tripod, and I can put my Sony camera on top, keep my camera charged when I'm running out of battery, and I can keep the shot going. So I can really keep a long video shot going with this little device. And best for last, I love this. Oh, by the way, I also have a regular tripod too. And again, these tripods, you can pick them up for, you know, 25, 30 bucks. You can find them pretty good. Get a tall one though. Get one that's as tall as you. That way, when you're out and you're standing doing a video, the tripod is at your level. It's not looking up at you. You don't want to do a video of it looking up at you. It's kind of weird. You want a tripod that's the same height as you are. This is my favorite new device. This is a tripod, but it is also a super long selfie stick. So I can do long selfies way far away. Not only that, but I can aim this thing up really high, and you almost get like a drone shot. So you can get like a drone shot coming down on whatever you're looking at, and you know, you're adding this length plus the height of your arm, so you can get like a drone shot. You can push this thing through, you know, a car window or whatever you need to do. It gives you so many options, and it's a tripod. So when you need an extra tripod out there, you have an extra tripod. And look at that. And like I said, this thing extends up, I think it's 60 inches tall, so it gives me an extra tripod when I need one out there. And of course, it can be a short selfie stick or a super long selfie stick. This thing was pretty cheap too. I want to say it was like 30 bucks or something, so pretty cheap thing, but really good. But like I said, I'm all about doing things cheap and get good equipment to do it with, not some garbage that's going to break on you. This stuff needs to last. None of this stuff is going to break on me. And there's a lot of garbage out there that you can buy. It's like, oh, this is pretty good. It's 20 bucks. And you get it, and then something, one of these legs breaks on you, and you just threw away 20 bucks. It lasted you maybe 4 or 5 months, and you just threw away 20 bucks. So buy something that's fairly good, like this. This brand is the Ulanzi. It's not a name brand, but the quality is tough. It's really, really tough quality. That's why I really like it. So that is the equipment that I use for my YouTube channel. And like I said, you need pretty good equipment for the long game of YouTube, because if you keep buying that junk, it's just going to break on you. And again, you keep using your iPhone for a long time, it's going to frustrate you because it's going to quit recording on you. It's going to have some problems. So that's why you need to step up your game when you start getting really serious on the YouTube channel. And this equipment kind of stepped it up a little bit, where I'm not breaking the bank by spending a couple things here and there, and I still get, pretty decent quality stuff. So that's it for this episode, and please like and subscribe, because you know how YouTube is, you make it happen. So we'll see you next episode.